me tell you, growth will always make everybody to ask questions for you. A time is coming, like we all pass through this stage, even the parents. That's why they are overprotecting. What most parents did,
the mistake they made
in their own time, makes them to even overreact. I heard a story of a guy that was talking about his father, that immediately his younger sister entered GSS2, the father developed hypertension, because he said he always remembered that at that age he used to sleep with every girl in their class. He said immediately, even if the friends to this lady are coming to get a textbook or whatever from her innocently, without having another thought of doing something bad, he said immediately, we're like, Faruka, what are you doing here? Before you know it, his BP starts rising, and the man died young as a result of what he experienced.
He had done before.
So my thing, coming back to my point now, is that this thing happens among animals. When you look at some certain animals, immediately the male feels like they are growing up, growing chest, growing strength. They try to, they leave that region.
Territory.
They look for their own territory. They start securing the place. You understand? This thing is a natural thing. Is more than the approach that most parents are giving to it. And in the process, at that age, if you approach the problem wrongly, they will respond wrongly. And that's why you will see at that stage they are rude. You tell them to do some things, they do their own. They do it in their own way. And that triggers another thing. Is a natural thing that is bound to happen. Is that stage when they start, I don't know if you guys have experienced this in secondary school. Immediately we start growing here in the private region. Most of us, we are altar boys or whatever, because I remember Sam made mention of something like this, that those children, that's why those teenagers, they are more influenced by their friends. You like to protect them. The friends that you think are misleading them are telling them the truth with proof. They will show their private part, like here is coming. You saw it, but your mom is telling you it's something different. You can see, like, most parents need to go back and lay a new foundation. Especially most of the parents, you know, this is how we were raised. And another thing is the technology, the generation is different from your old generation, the way you guys do things. So we need to, as those children are growing, first admit that you are growing, to grow with them. You can remember when they are crawling, most parents, you play with them, you crawl with them. When they are walking, you try to make them feel comfortable. But it gets to a point whereby naturally all the parts of their body have started growing to maturity, and they want to exhibit what they want. The next thing, you are telling them if they touch some, and they are even, most of these children are well informed than you, even in school. So, you know, your mom was able to, God help her to be able to capture you by telling you that kind of stuff. But some parents, they even know their children are smarter than that. They now they become aggressive towards those children. They don't even say, when you talk, they know these children will even call you or a fool. So they try to be aggressive. Like, if you go out, I will break your head. That's why we see a lot of drama
in the family.
So let's look into the financial aspects, because if you ask me, what did I regret, like in moving out too early from my parents' house, I will tell you the financial aspect, because the burden that I ought not to have put on myself at an early stage in life, I put it upon myself, and this could prompt some teenagers to go extra mile just to get the resources to finance or to upkeep themselves. Like me, then I started paying rent, food. Of course, I won't expect my mom to think about her own food and still think about I was the one that moved out. So the financial aspect, what do you think about that aspect? As for me, it's affected me a whole lot, because up till now I'm still thinking, like, if I hadn't moved out of my parents' house so early, I would have made it big, maybe billions, be a billionaire like now.
But before you answer that question, I want to ask you a question. What really pressured you out?
Oh, I didn't face
yeah.
any pressure at all.
You just feel like going
From school, I told you, from school, after school, I think I opened a salon. Yes, that was what happened. After school, I opened a salon. I went to, not that immediately I moved out. My sister, yes, I remember now. My sister was actually living alone then. Still a family house, in a family house.
She was living alone.
Yeah, in a family house.
But the point now is that you regret moving out early because you feel like you would have done better. You would have been better
for myself,
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't mean you are still with your parents. Okay, so you can go ahead with your. I just want to.
Because then my sister was living at a family house, so when I finished from school, I had to join. I felt like, okay, let me join my sister.
So that means you were kind of pressured to move out.
I wasn't pressured.
It was a kind of a peer pressure.
No.
Because you saw your elder moved out.
Yes.
And
She was
you
out.
had the idea of,
No.
if she moved out,
You can't talk for me.
I'm not talking
I'm
for
the
you,
one
but
wearing-
That's what he was
Let me
able to
explain.
bring out
the
of.
No,
picture
let me
you're
explain.
painting,
I
the
was-
picture you're painting now
No,
feels like that.
No, let me explain. I'm the one in the shoe. I'm the one wearing the
Paint
shoe.
your picture very well.
I'm not painting nothing. I'm telling you the raw story right now.
Okay.
So my sister works somewhere, and that our family house
Okay.
was the closest house, a convenient place to our place of work.
Okay.
She didn't move out of pressure. No.
No.
She moved to my grandpa's house because that place was closer to where she worked.
Okay, where
And as at then, she was, I think she should be like 26 or thereabout. So I
And
had
you were
to.
how old then?
I should be like 20. Let me say 21. 21.
21. Okay.
So when I finished from school, I joined her, and I opened the shop.
That is what I was saying. Do you understand me now? That she saw that her sister moved out. Now, when she was done with school, she moved in. So it was kind of like a pressure of my sister moved out.
The pressure is not coming from
It's
a
not-
friend
it's
now.
not coming from
but
a
it's
friend.
coming
It's
from
not-
your
it's
sister.
From your own family now.
I won't say it's a pressure. I won't call it pressure. When you call something pressure, that means you are being oppressed or you
don't have
are
to
being
necess-
victimized. Kind
No,
of.
no.
That's
No,
my own
no,
understanding
no,
of
no.
pressure. Because
No.
when you're saying pressure, something is being mounted on something
No.
with force.
No,
That is
no,
the way
no,
I understand
no.
pressure.
This is pressure.
Maybe
for
we
you.
should use
let
another
me
word.
give you a clear picture of what pressure is.
Okay.
Now, Bayo here, Yomi here is married, right? And is of age to get married. I am of age to get married, but I am not married. He has 2 children. I don't have any. I don't even have somebody that I can say, yes, I'm getting married to next year now. You get it? So now, I can feel pressured seeing him with his wife and his
That's
children.
what I'm correcting. Like, I didn't do it because my
That's
sister
I'm
did
trying
it.
to tell you what the definition of pressure
Okay.
is. It doesn't have to be somebody being oppressed physically, mentally, or any state, but you can feel pressured by seeing somebody living his own life and you want to.
Is that pressure? Well, it depends on how you define your own pressure. Because, to the best of my knowledge, pressure is something pressing something down.
Okay.
And so don't let us go to
All right,
that.
let's go.
So what do you think about the financial aspect?
Yeah, what I'm thinking about this financial aspect is that in terms of America can make everybody equal. But as time goes on, that equality begins to fall off. What do I mean? Okay, you see your parents. For instance, I see my parents paying bills. I am working also, I can pay bills. I am getting paid, let's say $15 an hour. $15 an hour would pay my light bill at the end of the month, would pay my gas bill at the end of the month. I can pay my rent out of that $15 an hour. I can pay my few things. So now, in this aspect, as time goes on, the pressure begins to mount up. And what do I mean? There are other things that begins to accumulate in my life that needs financial attention. And if I don't attend to them, for instance, I need to buy myself clothes. I need to look like Yomi. I need to buy myself shoes. I need to look like my other friends. Because what? When we go out there, I don't want to look like someone who is not
backward.
Yeah, someone who is not reputable. So I want to be reputable, and there begins the financial pressure, because what? I will need to start buying things unnecessarily. So the pressure begins to come in, and there, you know, the difference begins to show little by little, little by little. I have someone that moved out of her parents' house because she thought, oh, she could stay on her own. America would give her, you know, she can go out there, look for a job, get money, get paid, you know, pay her rent, pay her bills. She felt it was easy. But until she got out there and she began to feel the pain, you know, that her parents were feeling. So those things, the financial aspects, you have to be what? Very, very attentive. Right. In, you know, so I wouldn't say you should go out regardless if you are matured or not, until you are financially stable, capable to go out.
Yeah.
So my own contribution now is that age, or the fact that someone attains certain age, should not make any parents to push them out, or those teenagers or the kids should not push themselves out. If there is no need for you to move out of your parents, you understand? It's not that, oh, because at so age, my peers, my friends are moving out of their parents' house, so I have to. If there is no need for that at that moment, there shouldn't be any reason why. If you are comfortable at your mom's house, it's not that you people are living in one room whereby you have 8 or 5 or 10 siblings.
That's true.
And another thing is that we've been talking about the teenagers that are moving out of their parents' house. What about the parents that are, this time around, they are the one pushing their children out of the house?
To my own little understanding, I believe they felt like the child is matured enough to move out. They've seen the character in him or her to move out of the house, so they feel like, well, it is time for you to go. Because if they don't feel that way, they don't have that sense, because our parents, they are sensible, they sense things that we don't sense in ourselves. So the sense of my son, my daughter is matured enough to handle himself, so it's time for him to move out. Then the parent can tell the child or the son or the daughter, it's time for you to go. I want you out of my house. I need you to experience the world too. Because if it is a child that has not experienced the world, if it is a child that has not, you know, been on himself by himself for once in his lifetime, I don't mean like going to sister uncle's house or no, but being himself, like staying by himself for once, I guess the parents should tell them it's time for you to go.
So have you seen anyone, because I've never seen a parent that tells a child to, you're right to go out, bye. I've never seen that.
Have you?
What in that case, I will tell you, there are so many situation or reasons why people are being pushed out from where we are coming from Africa.
Yeah,
I know it's not really common in America where we live that your parents will push you out, but I want to believe there will be some parents too, that we feel like you have attained the maturity stage whereby you are supposed to be living. But in Africa, where I grew up, sometimes poverty is part of the reason why some teenagers even move out of the house. Suffering can pressure them to move out. And the same poverty has pressured a lot of parents to chase their children out. I've seen a situation whereby some parents, I don't want to call them names now, are even expecting their children to go out and be, bring money in return so that they can feed or whatever, even underage children.
Yeah.
I know if it happens here, we will call it child abuse. But it's happening. So, the situation that warrants a lot of people to mount pressure on their children are different. But in my own case, I've been in that situation whereby my dad, my mom is not in support of that, but my dad feels like you are cool, you are calm or whatever, and your brother has moved out of the house before you, so what are you still doing?
Exactly.
You are working or whatever. But my thing is that I will never also support such parents. As far as the only reason why that should be a problem in the house, whereby a child who has grown to the level of going out, if he's still staying in the house, he or she only knows the reason why he's still staying with you. As far as he's taking care of the bills, trying to be responsible,
being part of,
doing his own part in the house.
So if I may ask, what age were you then and what age was your brother? How old was your brother then?
I want to say that should be around like between 23, 24.
You?
Yes.
And your brother?
My brother has been out before then.
So what prompted him? Like,
it just feels like he has been making money too. He's
I was
working.
going to say pressure.
It's not. We can call it pressure because we hang around different people, and those people, they mount or they influence us differently.
That's it.
But the thing is, the reason now I want to go back to the parents that are trying to hold their children from going out early. Some parents, they seize your ability, they know your ability, that you might not be able to undo the kind of influence that you will be getting from friends.
Yeah.
Now I'm using my brother as an example. I was pressured, he went out freely, nobody pushed him out. But I think they permit that because they feel like he is able to handle himself, or he came up with the idea because he feels like, he has attained that level. So now he went out, but I know the reason why I was trying to remain in the house. The reason being that I was thinking about temptation. And hardly would you find a child that is considering at that stage temptation, which other people are seeing as fun. The fun that is taking some children out is what I'm looking at. I'm working, and what will come to a teenage brain when he starts making money is how to gain his total freedom.
Yeah.
Because we believe money is money gives the total freedom. You can do everything. But I feel like I will abuse that power. I have the enough then to care for myself. But the kind of friends that I'm having, the people around me, then I feel like if I gain my freedom, they will turn my house to Sodom and Gomorrah. And that will influence me because I was having the kind of plan I have for myself. I feel like I've never get to that level. So I feel like pursuing pursuing my dream.
That is it.
And my parent, my dad, is not seeing what I'm seeing. He just feels like, some parents, sometimes money is not the end of the race, the end of everything. Some people, their goal is that I want to make money. After making money, nothing. But some people, after making that money, they will tell you, I'm just starting. This is just the beginning. They are not retiring. So they feel like you have started making money. Your money can pay your rent and everything. You are okay. You should just go out. But I'm seeing beyond that.
Yeah.
And now, compared to other parents that are chasing their kids out, now this thing now leads to crisis whereby my dad was now very aggressive towards me. I'm not reporting him anyway now. So I know he will forgive me. You understand? Now you have to mount that pressure. Like it feels like you have the fear of going out into the world and preach the gospel. I don't know. I don't. That is not my fear. Naturally, I've given my life to Jesus Christ. But the fear, you have to be scared of, like you have to fear things that will devour you, the things that you are running for. The fact that you are abstaining doesn't mean your body don't want them. But because I knew myself more than him, he doesn't even know if I have my own fear. So that's why, coming back to those children that moved out of the house early too, some of them have their own fear. Why even staying with you in the house?
Yeah.
Because most parents are bossy. You are not trying, like, I don't know.
Exactly.
So, at what age did you move out of your parents' house, or are you still with them?
I'm still with my parents.
Oh,
I'm still living with my parents.
Okay.
But I'm doing things that a normal person who has moved out of his parents' house would do.
In terms of
paying bills.
Okay, so going by your Miss last statement, like some parents are bossy or could be bossy or whatever. Should we say your parents are mild, like they are not bossy, they are calm, they are laid back?
Oh, you don't want to go there because my mom could be bossy sometimes.
Okay, I know.
She could be very, very bossy because that's part of my parents. My dad is kind of laid back because he doesn't really care. But my mom, you know, she could be bossy. But still, I still just wanted to stay in the house because, like Yomi said, some parents don't see what their children see. They don't have the feelings of, okay, why is this boy, why is this girl staying in my house?
Taking this step.
They have never sat down and asked the child or the boy or the girl, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing it?
You get it? But mine either have never asked me, but because I know what I want, I know what I'm doing, so I decided to stay. And my staying, you know, will soon expire. So
but I want to ask,
I know.
Has there been any time that you feel like going out of the house?
Numerous times. There are numerous times I felt like I'm done. I just want to move out because I am tired of my parents doing this, doing that to me, saying things to me. So that wanted me to move out, but.
So what is your main strength? Like, what gives you the strength? Like, okay, chill, don't do it, stay back. I'm asking this question because I'm glad we have someone that still lives with his parents.
Yeah.
And is
I'm still living with my parents.
I beg
my parents, Jesus.
Your second parent. and I'm glad he said his mom, one of his parents, is really bossy.
Yeah.
So that you teenagers out there won't be like, oh.
Yeah, I left my parents because they are bossy. We have somebody in the house that has a bossy mom too. He didn't die. He didn't run out of the house.
Yes. So we want to learn
Tell us
from
the secret.
him now. The secret is strength. That superpower that you have.
Well, there is no superpower in this thing because the only superpower there is my dreams, my goals.
Okay.
Because, like you said if you had stayed with your parents, you would have accumulated some things that you wish you had accumulated. Although I've not really accumulated much that I want to, but it gives me the sense of I can still do more. It keeps pushing me. My dreams keeps pushing me to go further. And as at the time I'm staying with them, I'm using the opportunity to save too. It gives me an opportunity of savings financially. I can save, I can do whatever I want to do as any other person out there can do. So it doesn't mean that I have to move out before I start living the life of someone who has moved out. I am living the life of someone who has moved out even while staying with my parents. So achieving my goals, achieving my dreams has made it, staying with my parents has made it kind of easy for me to achieve them.
Okay, let's talk about the fun part. I'll be kind of directing some questions to you now because I feel like the teenagers will be able to learn more from you
Definitely.
still being with your parents. So let's talk about the fun part, like the social life and all that. Do you feel like they restrict you from going out, from doing some stuff you're supposed to do? You're of age that you should have a girlfriend, fiance, and all that. Do you think they'll be too nosy in your stuff? Like, I want to know who is that person that just entered and all that.
Regarding that aspect of, having a fiance
Relationship.
or relationship, my parents are not bossy. They don't care about that. Whoever I bring in, they accept, because they know that's my choice of choosing. So they don't go into, oh, who is she? Where is she from? We want to know her. We want to know her parents and all that good stuff. No, they are not. Until I am ready to tell them, okay, this is what I want to do now, then they accept.
So don't you think it will be kind of weird, like, for a lady to call me, because I know we ladies will say it a lot, going to your boyfriend's house or your partner's house, and you find out that he lives with his parents. Like, we ladies would say that a lot. We are not kind of free. There's no freedom and all that. When I'm talking about freedom, it's not the immorality aspect and all that, but you know, mom is there, dad is there, walking in and all that.
Well, I'm so lucky to have a good girlfriend who doesn't really care about
where you live.
where I live. If I live with my
either
parents
on the mountain or inside the rock.
Exactly. I'm just kind of lucky to have such a lady in my life. But still, though, when you ask the question, are they nosy? Yes, they are. They are nosy too.
Because I know mothers are like that.
My mom especially. Oh my God, she gets some almost
sisters.
almost my skin, like
sisters,
like the lady that.
sisters.
You don't talk about my younger sister. She is my number one. My number one.
Abroko.
Yes. Yeah, I know, right? Especially sisters. So, my whole point of view is, as a matured guy, that you're getting married soon, I feel like 2 years or 3 years ahead of getting married, you should be out. A guy, don't let me direct it to you, a guy should be out of his parents' house so as to acquire some properties, combining wedding plans and all that, and buying stuff. The married ones knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know. My dad is still the one putting me through.
Oh, I wish.
I want to tell you that I've seen some parents whereby their female children, the fathers, the mother, they even know about the toaster of the child. That is the kind of relationship I'm talking about. Like, if you come down to their level, and you never build the foundation on lies.
That's it.
You swallow your ego. You don't go back to how you were raised by your father who happens to be a farmer or whatever, or an hunter, or the father that has like 3 wives. And you understand?
Yeah.
That kind of relationship will help you to get along with those children.
Yeah.
And that will bring you to the level of understanding or maturity whereby even if your male child or if your female child bring a male friend, the confidence will be there, the trust will be there. I know a lot of children abuse such trust.
Yeah.
Even where we came from, whereby they will tell the father, the mother, this is my friend.
Yeah. Whereas
even where we live, many parents will never want. They will never believe that like we are just friends. They will like, come on, get out. You understand? But I believe this will help the parents, whereby the enmity that kind of emanates when those children grow to the level of maturity, that friendship thing, we take that out.
Yeah.
Because they will feel free to talk to you. They will feel free to discuss things with you.
There's this thing I noticed about African parents. It's not like that in American parents. I feel like African parents, they
They have a
Maybe they have
special
a
fear.
No, they have specific age that you must attain before you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not until you are overripe and they'll have to go from mountain to mountain and start praying. That is when they will acknowledge, oh, this person is right to have a partner.
Yeah.
But you know, in America, you see a girl of high school tell you, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend. I don't know how they manage that though,
But
because
why,
I have a lot
why
of them.
on earth should they be saying this is my girlfriend?
Yeah,
As a girl?
I have a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them that they are in maybe what's the last grade in high school?
12th grade.
Yes, they would bring a boyfriend home. Oh, dad, this is my boyfriend, or this is my girlfriend.
Do you know?
And they will accept them and guide them all through, like, okay, this is what to do, this is what you need to do, this is what. But come down to our African people. Even when you are in college, you are in university, like they say it in Nigeria, you can still boldly go to your mom, this is my boyfriend. I think, talking about the space between parents and children, you know, he mentioned something like that. I think that is where that space comes in, because you don't even know the actual age or the actual stage that you should attain before taking a boyfriend or introducing a boyfriend or a girlfriend to the family.
As Yomi said, he said if there is friendship between the parents and their children, then the age thing will not be there.
So if there's friendship, let's assume there's friendship.
It will be easy for
What
your dad,
stage do
if
you
that
think?
friendship thing is there, it will be easy for your dad to bring his own kind of idea about marriage or boyfriend or whatever to you in a way that you will understand.
Okay,
Not
Yomi.
in a bossy way, like you
Yomi.
feel like he's dictating, whereby he's telling you, okay, if they adopt the friendship thing, it will be easy for your dad to convince you that drinking, don't go into drinking. The way we say it, it will be different from the way some parents will tell you, let me just see a bottle of drink in your hand. They don't tell you the reason why. If it's poisonous, if it's this, you understand? That kind of message, like from my tribe, they will tell you, sorry has male and it has female. But you understand? Those children, that friendship will make them to see you as not only their parents,
but as
a friend, as an hero, as someone who they can listen to. It's not all children that want to listen to their parents. That's why they are having wrong counselors outside. You understand?
Yeah, I kind of bring up that because I feel like the main reason they move out is, one, they want to have relationship. When we're talking about relationship, it's not only maybe dating and all that. They are friends, they want to bring their friends home. Maybe you're the type that, oh, I don't want to see any friend with you. Who is that boy that is coming? Who is that? But if there's this friendship relationship, like between you and your children, they will know that, okay, if I bring my friend home, be he your boyfriend or your girlfriend or just, you understand, my dad will welcome him. And we've talked about this before. That way, if you welcome such child together with his friend, will let you know the kind of peers he's keeping, the kind of people he moves with or is moving with. If we look at it, their relationship, because most parents are not giving them freedom to have relationship with whoever they want to have relationship with.
It is because of the fear.
Because of the fear. Because they don't have this cordial relationship with their parents.
So most parents misunderstand it that the only time you need a relationship is when you are getting ready for marriage. But we need to know how to relate with people, even if you and we the teenagers, or let me say the teenagers too, need to understand that you don't have boyfriend or girlfriend just for sex sake.
Yeah,
you understand? Because if we try to tame our children because of the fear we have for immorality, they will never know how to relate with people, even in their place of work when they grow up. True. They will start having problems. We've seen a lot of people, they grow up, they don't even know how to behave.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, right.
So when this thing, there are two different things and both are needed. but it now take wisdom how to tell them the one you need at the right time, how to manage the two together. Yeah. Why are you having a girl? Before we even say this, you know, this boyfriend or girlfriend thing, some parents, the reason why they are trying to be defensive, why they don't want you to have boyfriend and girlfriend, is to stop you from immorality.
Yes.
Why some parents, they just feel like you are too young. They don't care. They don't care if
they
don't care if you guys commit immorality as far as you've attained the age. Some parents, they don't care. You understand? So we need to be able to different now. Yeah, are we talking about the Christian line? If we want to talk about the Christian line, they will tell you immorality is wrong.
Yes.
So if you don't want to, and that should be our main starting point.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to commit immorality, there are some things you have to move away from. Not because that will even.
Is it until you have boyfriend or like that? Let me cite this example. Where I was working before, there was this white guy. I'm sorry for mentioning color, but I'll say it because so there was this guy. The guy, I think he was 21, and he was married. I saw him with a wedding band. I was like, wow. So you're married? And he said yes. How old were you when you got married? He said, I
19.
think 19 or thereabout. How old is your wife? He said 18. Was your wife when you got married? He said 18. So then he was 21, the wife was 20. I was like, okay, how did you guys court? Did you guys go through any courtship? Or he said yes. He said they've been dating since high school. And I said, okay, did you guys had sex or stuff like that? He said no.
Okay.
Yeah. I mentioned because you know these people, if it is A, they will tell you it's A. They don't care about it's we
yes, they will tell you the
They'll
truth.
still be coding it like I didn't do it, I did it. So he said they didn't have sex. I said, how were you able to manage the situation? He said both parents were aware that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. That the only thing, the closest thing, the most intimate thing they've ever done was to hug and maybe kiss on the cheeks and all that. I said, okay, what's made it fun while you guys were keeping relations? He said they text each other, tell themselves sweet things. Oh, you are my flower, you are my this, you are my that. And that was how they did the boyfriend and girlfriend thing. I said, okay, why did you guys got married at that early stage? He said when they saw that they were about going out of line, they had to get married.
You see, these people were able to achieve this because the parents are involved.
Exactly.
And you know, without knowing them, you can tell that they have good relationship with those parents. They have good relationship with those parents.
So I don't think the main thing is the age that you are when you have boyfriend.
No matter how protective you are, even if you try to keep your child, your son or your daughter in your house for some certain reason, if they feel like doing some things, they will even hurt you more under your roof. Yeah. But we just need to come down to their level, let them understand what they need to understand, include them in your prayers.
Yes.
Help them in your prayers.
I've said this before about my friend that when we were in college, our dad took her to one of the lecturers, a friend to her dad, and was like, oh, this is my daughter, let me keep an eye on her, don't let her do this. It was that same lecturer
that is sleeping with the child.
That's our house. Like,
that's what
meet me somewhere. You see that kind of thing of being overprotective, and lo and behold, this my friend went for youth service, NYSC, and when she was about to come back home, because having a boyfriend then now became a big deal for her. So when she was about coming back home, her father called her and was like, hey, don't come home. Why? I'm done with you. You said, no, I will send you money to pay another rent. Most of your peers, they are getting married. I don't want you to bring shame.
So I think
he should have allowed her
to live that free life
and have boyfriend and pair up. You know, there is a stage in life where you have to pick your own.
Yeah.
If you don't pick at that stage, it might take you another 5 years.
Yeah.
But I think
someone.
there is a level of value that you input into the life of your children, that you will be at peace wherever they are.
Right.
You understand? That is what is really missing. Most